standing on the left hand elevation of the property, and you can see we've got a little bit of the foundation showing here. There should be at least 4 inches, and there's not. What's more, this yard, side yard here, it's actually sloping towards the foundation where it should be sloping away. And there's no clear route for drainage, so the water in this area is going to be highly concentrated. So the foundation is, and the grade at the foundation of the grade beam is too high at the left hand elevation. Here the grade is actually in contact with the stucco finish. We'll move to the rear elevation, looking at the foundation still. And you see it's a post-tension cable foundation. You've got the cable ends there. This is a good demonstration of where the actual grade should be. You see here where we're standing, the grade is about 4 inches down from the actual stucco finish. That's correct. The left elevation, of course, is not. We're moving to the rear elevation of the property. We're actually now at the, we're still at the rear elevation of the property. Now we've got quite the opposite problem that we had on the left hand elevation. Here the grade has been washed away. It's been washed away from the grade wall and we have erosion. This is the right hand elevation, and right the way down this whole elevation the grade is completely wrong. It's got to be rebuilt. You can see here, and this helps me explain to you what's going on. Down here we've got what was a grade form board. So there was a form board here that actually was used to mould the foundation, and this is below the form board here. That's below it, and that's below ground. Originally the dirt would have come up to about here on the form board, okay, and that's how it should be all the way along here, about 4 inches down here, but it's not, so it's got to be backfilled in this area. We're continuing on. So the grade at this area has been washed away completely. It all really should be built up, and you can see here a large drop between the actual walls finish and the grade beam. We're at the front elevation. And again, a lot of erosion in this whole area around here is heavily eroded. front left elevation. Gutter is disconnected here from the French drain. And you can see where the grade has been swept from the yard. It's built up a pile here and it's coming quite high, getting up and coming close to the wall again. This is the roof inspection. Up here we can see we've got a little bit of a hole here to allow animals to get into the roofing system there. I'm standing at the front left elevation, and to the right of this gable end attic light, okay, right here in that area here is a slate. It's slid down, it's missing. That means it's going to directly onto the This is the attic inspection. We're in the upper attic. We have a sprayed radiant barrier coat. And we have 1 square foot of ventilation. No ridge ventilation, just upper attic ventilation. This is the air conditioner over the garage. We enter it from the street, this is the air conditioner, it's over the garage, and it's entered via the hatch close to the games room or the exercise room. There is water and debris, considerable amount of water and debris in the safety pan of the air conditioning unit. This is the wall inspection. This is a stucco finish. I haven't completely identified exactly what the finish is yet. I've got to do a couple of things to work that out. It's a bit of a deduction process, I'm afraid, but I can tell you right away it's not been constructed correctly. You see up here we should have a kick-out flashing, and we don't. Now, as a result of no kick-out flashing, you can see water has been running down here and it's caused some damage. Now, the problem with these systems is it can get through and rot the boards underneath, and that will result in a lot of damage, internal damage. This is unseen. In addition, around the windows here, you can see the caulking is failing. Water's going to get in there, get behind the system, and again lead to rot. So now I've found that, I'm also going to tell you you're going to need to have a mould inspection. You need to have the place tested for mould, because water and damp behind here doesn't dry out, it's sealed. And because it's sealed in there, a mould can actually start to grow, and you just don't know about it, but it comes out the walls and affects you. Just note here, we've got a lantern with a broken glass that needs replacing. Kick-out flashing is missing on this side too. There's two types of ethos on this building, I think. This is a hard finish. When I press it, there's no dimple, no depression. But here, on this column, it's soft. Watch. You can see it moves under my thumb. So there's two types of ethos finish, I think. I say I think because it is a matter of deduction. Let's walk around the building now and look for general condition of the wall system. Again, we're at the garage here. We're failing caulking in this area here. And there's water stains on and around the window. So another area where we could be having problems. Yeah, it's cracked and damaged. This will allow water to penetrate. Let's move around to this other window. And it's pretty poor along here. In fact, it's stained and it's rotten. The wood is rotting, so that's in very poor condition. Okay, so we're at the right elevation now. You see a vapour barrier here. Can you see one? There's not a lot of visibility up there. Continuing on the right hand elevation of the property, we have a very poor piece of caulking here. It's starting to fail on the ground wire coming through. The grade also is separating from the foundation. We have a lot of water damage to this door. A crack in this area here. There's a lot of continuing water penetration in the walls of this building. You can see here the paint is flaking off, but what's actually happening is that it's damp inside the wall, and the water is being sucked into the wood, drawn into the wood, and then it lifts the paint. And that's at the right hand elevation. We have cracks in the finish up here. Now waterborne debris and water could get in these penetrations here. And here we have a ridge tile, slate. It's come loose. It's in danger of falling off. Water's going to be getting in there, so I would say water is entering in this area here into this whole wall system here. There's no telling what's going on beneath it, because these systems seal in the water and stop it getting out sometimes. It can lead to a problem. So I've seen enough now to say I'm going to recommend that you have an ethos specialist. They only inspect ethos properties, and they don't inspect like a home inspector, they just do the actual wall covering. Here we've got some poor caulking has been carried out here, around here. I'm looking to see if we've got soft spots, but we're quite solid. Okay, this is pretty poor here. It's cracked. What is actually happening is the building's settling, and as it's settling, it's cracking the finish, and water's going to get in there. Poor caulking around these areas here. With this type of finish, you've got to be very careful about this type of penetration. Almost certainly it's leaking wall into here. So we've found wall leaks now on front and right and rear elevations of the property. Again, we've got poor caulking here. There's been some damage to the wall here, and that's an improper repair. rear patio area. You can see down here, just along here, should be caulked, and it's not. So water getting on this patio is going to enter the wall system here. We have a running secondary drain line from the air conditioner coming down onto the grade here. And we're at the rear elevation here, and we don't have any kick out flashing at all. Again here, no kick out flashing, so this wall periodically is going to get wet, it's going to soak through, and it could be easily trapped inside the wall system. Let's move to the left hand elevation. Okay, we're at the left hand elevation. There's considerable damage to the wall here. It's been leaking from the air conditioning secondary drain. See, it's been leaking for a long while. We were in that attic recently, and yeah, it was full of water. There's a crack here. It's caused by water penetrating and the board swelling, I think. And here, there's considerable damage all the way around here. This is going to be needing replacing completely. Now on this corner here is where the missing roof tiles are, up the top here, and there's a little bit of kick out flashing, but it's not sufficient.